Good evening. My name is Isabel Kolstead, and we are gathered here to talk about social psychology and its applications throughout my day. To start, we will visit my English class. Today in English, we did a Socratic seminar. Now, I'm not sure if you are familiar with a Socratic seminar, but in a Socratic seminar, the entire class is tasked to have a group discussion for 80 minutes about a certain topic. For us, we chose to discuss Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. This is where superordinate and social exchange theory comes into play. First off, superordinate goals. Now, everyone in class was being given the same grade, so that meant that everyone who talked had to engage with each other, everyone had to speak, and everyone was united towards a common goal. This meant that everyone was doing the best work possible because they didn't want to be the reason why the group was lacking. This made it so that everyone was working towards a common goal, making it a superordinate goal. Next, let's talk about social exchange theory. Social exchange theory is essentially that you scratch your back and I scratch yours. So, some people were more well acquainted with the book than others. Some people were only acquainted with certain parts, whereas others did not know the book at all. So we knew this, and we knew only to engage people that knew what they were talking about because we had previously discussed this. And in return, we would be engaged on the parts that we were stronger on. For example, my friend Anna may have been better well suited to discuss characters and character types and archetypes, but wasn't as ready to discuss plot or dichotomous relationships. Whereas my friend Cam was more ready to talk about those, so I made sure to point the discussion towards him and vice versa. Next, I will discuss a boy I have become quite fond with, my crush. So, this boy is named Sam. He is a soccer player, he is smart, he's kind, he's funny, and he's very humble, and most importantly, he is in quite a few of my classes. Not only is he in my English class, but he is also in my TOK, my history class, and my mathematics class. So that means that out of the entire 8 classes I take this year, he is in 4 of them. That also means that I see him quite a lot. So I've grown quite fond of him. Granted, he's most likely not going to be on the cover of GQ, but he's also a junior in high school, kind of a high bar to get. I digress. So this comes into the mere exposure effect and proximity. I like this guy because I've been in proximity with him, constant proximity for the entirety of the year. I've grown fondness for him because I see him so often, and because we are in such close proximity with similar clubs such as Academic Team, Math Honor Society, and National Honor Society. I see him a lot. This also adds to the mere exposure effect, which states the amount of exposure I get to a certain thing, the more fond I will become of it. This applies to our good friend Sam. Hello. Before we continue, I'd like to mention the few guests I have in the room. We have our beautiful Bernie, we have Orville, and this is Melvin. I know you've probably been staring at him the entire time because he's a lot cuter than I am, but he's such a good boy, so I'll allow it. So anyways, let's discuss fundamental attribution error. So, I'm a Girl Scout. I've been selling Girl Scout cookies for the past 11 years. That also means that I have also, unfortunately, lost my cuteness factor. So I sell cookies at school. I bring a large tote of cookies to school, and I sell to all of my friends. So here we can see a situational attribution, where my friend Cassie said, I would love to buy some Girl Scout cookies from you. However, I'm broke, so sadly, I will not be able to. This is a situational attribution. This is not because of her character. This is just because of the situation she's in, where she's broke. We're teenagers, it makes sense. This is also a good example of fundamental attribution error, where my friend Will said no to buying Girl Scout cookies from me. And initially, I was like, does he not like me as a person? I was quite hurt by this. However, it wasn't until I realized that he just simply didn't want any Girl Scout cookies that I realized that I was counting it more up to his disposition than situationals, that he's just not a fan. Next, we move on to biology. In biology, I sit next to my very close friends, Cassie and Ava. Now, I consider us as an in-group. We all have similar interests, such as being full IB students, we are interested in similar things, and we are also in the same biology class, obviously. However, I see us as completely different and diverse. We are all different individuals who all are interested in different things. However, we are all friends, saying that I see us all as different. However, the out-group, other students in my class, I see them as all the same. I tend to label them in a single box and describe them with similar attributes. I see them all as the same and not as cool as me and my friends. However, this isn't true. This is a good example of in-group and out-group bias. I'm more biased towards my friends because I see them more often and I see them as very close friends, whereas I'm less biased to people that I'm not as friendly with. I would invite you now to look at Bernie and Orville. They're both sound asleep. And I'm sure that our little friend Melvin would be too. However, he's getting his head scratched right now, so I don't think he has much to complain about. Isn't that true, baby boy? Thank you. Anyways, back to filming. Let's talk about dance. Now, he's so stinking cute. Yes, you are. So let's talk about dance. I've been dancing for the past, let's say, 14 years, and I dance quite frequently. So I feel that I get social facilitation from dance. I'll play a clip very here soon. Oh, you're licking my leg. That's adorable. He's adorable. Anyways, I feel as though dance is a form of social facilitation. When I dance, and I dance in front of, I tend to dance better in front of people. I feel like I perform better, my lines are cleaner, and I just generally get more adrenaline and more motivation. I feel like my dancing is facilitated in larger groups, and that will be especially shown in this clip here. Breathtaking, and I'm sure Melvin would agree, seeing as he is panting right now. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He knows he's a good boy. So yes, that is the end of the night for me. Thank you so much for watching. He sneezed! Oh, he sneezed. That's so cute. That's so cute. It has been really fascinating for me to see how much social psychology is in my daily life. I know that now on, I'll be more observant of my surroundings and of especially cute dogs like you. I hope you have a good night. You just licked my leg. I hope you have an especially good night and take care.